Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building, and today, as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, I got a very special build coming at y'all today. But first, before we get into it, I just want to say thank y'all so much and welcome back to the Rich Sosa channel, where y'all can just sit back and enjoy and be yourself. But again, thank y'all to everybody who decided to click on today's video. I got a very special build coming at y'all. Gonna be a slashing playmaker with post scoring takeover, and it's gonna be out of the small forward position. So gonna be a really nice and rare addition to the builds that we already have made. But man, before we get into the making, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. To the RGF family and any new supporters, I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and dropped a like right now. Let's go ahead and get 25 likes on this video. I would really appreciate that if we can hit that goal. And then, last and definitely not least, let's go ahead and go out and turn on those post notifications, because I'm uploading every single day, and going into 2K22, y'all are most definitely going to want to see all of the fire content that I got. So turn on those noties to be a part of the RGF family. Now, when it comes down to the pie chart, let's go ahead and get right into it. Y'all got to be very specific when it comes to this. So in order to get that post scoring takeover, you want to go ahead and pick the one that's going to be split right down the middle with the playmaking as well as the slashing. Now, that's the blue and the orange pie chart. When it comes down to the physical profile, this is really going to be optional. So if you want to, you could go with the very first one for the fastest speed. But in my opinion, I feel like the fourth one right here is going to be much better. Because one thing, that vertical, y'all, we're getting a huge boost to the vertical, and I know for sure that is definitely gonna help out with the defense. And then on top of all that, who knows what effect it takes into the offense. But let's go ahead and get into the badge count as well as the stats now, and be sure to remember that at the end of the video, I got some gameplay lined up for y'all that y'all are definitely going to enjoy. So be sure to stick through and watch the entire video. Now, when it comes down to the driving layup, go ahead and put this to an 82, nothing higher. Max out your driving dunk and max out your post hook. Now, when it comes down to the mid-range shot, go ahead and max this out. Three-pointer, same exact thing. And yes, we're still going to be able to shoot with this build. I'm definitely going to go ahead and show y'all that as well. So be sure to stick tuned. Now, free throw, that is going to be maxed out. Same exact thing with the post fade. And we're going to get another 12 badges. Not bad, 24 so far. Let's go ahead and get into the playmaking now. So what you want to go ahead and do right here is max out your pass accuracy. Then when it comes down to that ball handle, what you want to go ahead and do is put this to a 74. That's going to be perfect. And then when it comes down to the post moves, max this out, and that's going to give us 30 badges, y'all. Super nice badge count in my opinion, especially with the amount of badges that we get. I really like it. And then we still have a good amount of badges left over for the defense. So let's go ahead and get in that down. So when it comes down to the perimeter defense, max this out. Lateral quickness, the same exact thing is going to apply. And then when it comes down to that steal, go ahead and max this out to a 72. Then onto the defensive rebound, we're going to be able to max this out all the way, and we're going to get 5 defensive badges, which is pretty solid for this kind of build, especially being that it's going to be a rare build. And we're going to be able to get all of the post scoring stats added to this build that we want, as you can see in the post moves, post fade, as well as the post hook. I didn't really want to touch the close shot on this build, but it's really going to be solid once it comes down to it. Now, when it comes down to the body shape, Burley is going to be a really good one that you can pick, but also define or even build. All of these are going to be some really solid body shapes, but it really comes down to what you are most comfortable with. Now, with my preference, Define's looking really solid, so that's what I'm going to go with. Now, when it comes down to the height, to get that post scoring takeover, what y'all want to go ahead and do, put this build at 6'5", y'all. You're still going to be able to get pro dribble moves. You're going to be able to shoot really well in this build, and then the contact dunks on top of all that. So when it comes down to the weight, I'm going to go with 177. However, if you want to go anything higher than that, you definitely can do so. It's really just based on how you like your stats and what they look like. Now, when it comes down to that wingspan, y'all might as well go ahead and max it out all the way. However, if you go ahead and go to a 78.8, that is the lowest you can go with if you are trying to get the best shooting stats as well as contact dunks. However, if you max it out, you're still going to be able to play some pretty solid defense with this lockdown takeover. So that is something that's going to be very unique about it. But look at the post scoring takeover that we actually unlocked as well. Now, All of these are going to be some really great options, but it's going to come down to your preference, your playstyle, and which one you want to pick the most. For my preference, specifically for the video, y'all already know that we're going to be going with the post-scoring takeover, and as y'all can see, we have made the slashing playmaker build with the post-scoring takeover, y'all. Now, from here, before we get into the gameplay, let's just go ahead and check out what this build is going to be looking like, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the badge count, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started right here. First, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our physicals. +8, so our speed is going to be a 98, acceleration high 90s, and the same exact thing for the vertical. So keep in mind, these stats are all going to be in the high 90s for the verticals and the speed, acceleration, all of that. Now, as for the rest of the stats, let's go ahead and consider a few things. Let's consider this build with Takeover, which is going to be a +5 to your stats. Running with a teammate that has floor general as well as defensive leader, so that's a +4 on the offensive as well as the defensive. Consider boost, which is a +5, and then from there, grinding this build out to 99, that's a +4. So with all that taken into account, let's go ahead and check out the actual badges and the stats. When it comes down to the layup, essentially we will have a 99. Driving dunk, 99. Post hook, this has the potential to hit a 99, y'all. Keep in mind all the things that I said before, the boost, running with the right teammates, as well as grinding the build out. Mid-range shot is definitely going to be in the high 80s. Same thing with that three-pointer, so do not worry about it, y'all. You are definitely going to be good, and then the defense gets a huge boost on top of all that. But from here, let's just go ahead and get into the badge count. We're going to go ahead and spread the wealth when it comes down to the defense. I'm going to go with clamps, chase down artist, intimidator, interceptor, and rim protector. But if you want to go ahead and do something a little bit different, you could also go with rim protector on silver. Another one from here is going to be clamps on silver as well, or you could go ahead and put on intimidator. It really comes down to which one you like more, but I feel like right here is a nice and solid setup as long as you know what you are doing. Now, when it comes down to the shooting, we got 12 badges that we're going to be able to work with. So first, I'm going to go ahead and put on Deadeye on gold. From here, range extender as well. Now, normally, we're going to go ahead and, of course, put on Hot Zone Hunter as well as a Green Machine. This is a setup that I would be running if I had the build maxed out. However, I'm going to go ahead and take off Hot Zone Hunter. You could go ahead and consider Deep Fades. Corner Specialist or even Volume Shooter are going to be some really good badges that you can consider on top of all that. But if you want to, I would really say go with Bronze Volume Shooter, Bronze Corner Specialist, and then the last badge really comes down to your preference, but you could go with like Flexible Release or even Catch and Shoot, y'all. Now, when it comes down to the finishing, another 12 badges to work with. So we actually are going to be able to get Hall of Fame for this category. So that is really good about it. Let's go ahead and first put on Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame, of course. Now there are going to be 2 badges that you are going to have to decide between if you're trying to go with both of them on Hall of Fame. And I only say that because this is based off of my preference. Pick Fancy Footwork or Slithery Finisher. For the last one, you could really go with any badge of your choice. I'm just saying this because I feel like you can really spread the wealth with this last badge that you get. You could go with another Hall of Fame one, couple bronze badges, couple silver ones. It really comes down to what you want to do. But honestly, Relentless Finisher is a really good badge that I like. Slithery Finisher is as well, or even Acrobat, but it really just comes down to your preference and your choice. I like putback box, especially when it comes down to unlocking those animations. Pro Touch is going to be one that I really like too, but honestly, you could even go with Teardropper, Cross Key Score, or there's going to be a lot of other badges that we could really test out, especially when it comes down to the finishing. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. 30 badges to work with. So first, we want to go ahead and put on the most important badges. Y'all hear this all the time. You already know that I got you. So I'm going to go ahead and start you off with quick first step. And then from here, y'all already know that we're going to go with handles for days on Hall of Fame. Now, 22 remaining badges, which is really good for this build. So if you want to, especially if you're looking to help out your teammates, go with Flashy Passer, Floor General, and then Dimer. If you want to go with a different setup that's going to help you out a lot more, I would really recommend going with Stop and Go, Tight Handles, and then you could even go ahead and add on Unpluckable. Space Creator is definitely going to break ankles, so that is one that I would really consider as well. And any of the post-scoring badges right here, you can definitely use them, y'all. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go with Silver Bailout, Hall of Fame Unpluckable, and Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker. Then from here, that's the setup we're going to go with 12, 12, 30, and 5. I just want to say thank y'all so much to everybody who made it to this point. So now, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. So y'all are going to see that when it comes down to this build, we're actually going to be able to play some pretty good defense, and then on top of all that, we're going to be able to finish in transition and at the rim at ease. The movement on this build is really nice. I like it myself. I would say that it feels really fast, and then on top of all that, with the stats that we have for the finishing, you're going to be able to do a lot of special things when it comes down to it. So be sure to keep that in mind, y'all. Now, I just want to say again, I appreciate every one of y'all who made it this far. Go ahead and comment down RGF right now if y'all decided to make it to this point. And look at that, y'all, I'm hitting in people's face. So do not worry when it comes to the shooting side of this build. As long as you find the jumper that you want, you are definitely going to be in good hands. And again, y'all, I'm telling you, this build is going to be able to shoot. Do not worry about what the stats are showing. And also, as you can see, their defense is real. So, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new to the RGF family. Go ahead and turn on post notice to join the Rich Gang family. And also, I would appreciate it if we can get 25 likes on this video. Thank y'all so much, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank God. And, man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.